Hey, Tubies, this is Bob Hickman. Well, it is so good to be with you. I tell you, you guys are the bright spot in my day. You're going to have to bear with Psychic Bob. I don't have much of a voice today. These allergies are just tearing me up something terrible. I have been taking some allergy medicine, but I don't like to take much of it because I'm very sensitive. But I'll take some in just a little while. It kind of zonks me out. But I wanted to get a video in just to let you guys know that Psychic Bob did not forget you today. And it's Zodiac Thursday. And I love astrology. So even when I feel bad, doing astrology helps put me in a good mood. So that's why I'm here today. Anyways, if any of you out there believe in prayer or sending healing energy, I give you permission. And in fact, I ask for it today to help strengthen me. I really need it. So I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Well, let me tell you what's going on in the world of the zodiac. Today, our moon, which is one of the great illuminators of the zodiac, is moved into the sign of Sagittarius today. And I love Sagittarian energy because Sagittarian energy brings out that inner philosopher, that teacher element. All the Sagittarians that I've ever met, I find them absolutely fascinating. They have a very practical way of seeing the world. Yet at the same time, they're very creative and very ambitious. So, it's interesting because they're not boring people. You know how some people you meet are just boring. They're stuck in the mud. No. Sagittarians are always innovative, always creative, and they share wisdom. Sagittarians make excellent channels because they are open to receiving learning from the higher spheres. And in turn, they're excellent teachers. So if you're a Sagittarius and you've been inspired and you feel like you have a great concept that you want to share with people, I tell you now, while the moon is in Sagittarius for the next 2 days, excellent energy for you to kind of share your vision, share your thoughts. Anyways, Lady Angela, who is the high priestess with me, she's the high priestess of the Order of the Purple Cord. And by the way, speaking of the Order of the Purple Cord, if you didn't see yesterday's video, make sure to see that. That was our travel magic series. And I taught a wonderful sigil spell for finding lost people and objects. So if you haven't seen that, check that out. It's the video right before this. But anyways, Lady Angela sells over at her site at Rare Wickus was a wonderful, wonderful chart that I recommend everybody here get. It's called When the Moon is In. And it goes through all 12 zodiac signs. And, today we are in the sign of Sagittarius. So I'm going to read here what it says about Sagittarian energy. It says, when the moon is in Sagittarius, the themes of the day are truth and travel. That's a good one, travel. I forgot that because, Sagittarians are always seeking knowledge. So definitely a lot of travel energy, finding out about different people, places, ways of living. Very Sagittarian. When the moon is in Sagittarius, the energies, the focus, the things you want to, as she says, seek out, include teachers, teachings, and conversations that expand horizons, philosophical debate, hiking through outdoor spaces. So isn't that wonderful? Sagittarius, interesting. Sagittarius is actually a fire sign. And that fire energy stimulates the intellect. It really gets the mind going. And I found quite a number of mystics among the Sagittarians. A lot of them are very interested in like studying ancient cultures like Atlantis or the ancient Egyptians or Lemuria. And Sagittarians just make excellent teachers. So if you're a Sagittarius, you're looking for a career option, you might want to think about something where you teach people, okay? Now, when the moon is in Sagittarius, what you want to avoid, okay, these are things you want to kind of stay away from because, the energy is not good for them, is physically or psychologically cramped spaces. giving unsolicited advice, bluntness, or pointless argumentation. And I'll tell you, if you enter into a pointless argument with a Sagittarius, they're going to turn it around and bind you up in your own argument. They're brilliant like that. They have great intellect. So don't mess with Sagittarius. They know what they're talking about. And if they step into the ring, you know you're going to lose. So don't start an argument. They're wise people. They have a lot of knowledge. And I tell you, some of my teachers, my psychic teachers, were Sagittarians. Now, we also have some other transits today that I think are worth talking about. Today we have an interesting thing. The planet Saturn today is being eclipsed by the moon, okay? So when a planet goes into eclipse, it brings out sometimes the negative aspects of that or weakens the positive aspects. So with Saturn being eclipsed today, what that means is that schedules are going to be off. Organization won't happen. If you're trying to organize a structured, like for example, a business meeting and planning speakers and all that, energy's not there today. Just not a good day. You might want to postpone that or try to avoid getting into trying to structure anything today. With the Sagittarian energy, it's interesting because, Sagittarius, the other side of it is this ambition. Sagittarians are like the hunters and the gatherers, and their symbol is the hunter with the bow and the arrow. In fact, I'll put it up here for you. And so that energy makes you want to go out and conquer things. But with that eclipse of Saturn today, that means your plans, even your best design structures, probably going to have some challenges. Today would be a better day to retreat, focus on philosophy, focus on thoughts, focus on ideas, okay? Definitely avoid conflict by trying to run the show. It's just not going to happen today. Now, we do have later on this evening, the moon is going to be trine Mercury, which really is wonderful. What that means is probably from, evening time after work forward, the energy is much more stronger for social energies, connecting with people. So if you're having one of those days where it's like nothing's connecting, people aren't meeting, just put it on and say, hey, instead of doing a meeting today at 2 o'clock, let's just meet for drinks at 7 tonight. And then you meet for drinks and you get all your business plans organized, half the time, half the stress, and you have fun in the process. So that's what the moon sextile Mercury will bring in this evening. So, for today, don't try to make it all happen. It's just not going to happen. Some days, it's like the universe, and I really think this, they build in kind of this concept of playtime, what I call. It means they make everything go askew so you can just sit back and have some fun. And you'll find that if you work through these sort of transits by working with that energy, life just gets better. Life's easier and you have fun along the way, So build in some playtime today. That's what I'm saying, okay? Anyways, guys, I'm so glad you're here. Definitely pop over to rarewiccaspells.com. Pick up this chart. It will help you. And if you enjoy astrology, you can definitely go to my website at robert-hickman.com. I'll put the link in the box below, and get your free daily horoscopes. I put up post horoscopes there every day, 7 days a week, unless something tragic happens, like I fall off a cliff or something, which if I go out hiking in wild places today could happen. Let's hope not. But that being barred, I generally get them up every day. Some days a little later than others, depending on my schedule. But you definitely can count every day on a horoscope over there. So definitely, if you haven't been over there, go get your free daily horoscopes today, okay? For those of you who are new to that, I do a little psychic snapshot, an overview of the day, all the major transits, and then I give each individual horoscope. And these are my own creation. I don't take them from anybody else. And if you really enjoy it and don't want to miss it, you can even subscribe to that blog, and that way you'll get updates every day, okay? So definitely, check it out. I think you'll like it. Well, guys, listen, I'm going to keep this short. I don't have much of a voice, and I'm trying to rest today. I'm going to take time out and just play. But I'm sure glad you're here. And I hope that if you didn't see yesterday's video, check that out. And by the way, if you love the work of Spirit Channel, I hope you'll support this channel by liking the videos, favorite them, share them with your friends. And definitely, if you will, hit subscribe. Doesn't cost anything. You'll be part of our scene. Well, I'm so glad you're here. You guys rock. Well, listen, keep it here. We'll be back here tomorrow on Friday. I don't know what we're going to do yet. Depends on how my energy levels are. So just send me some healing. And if I pick up my energy, we'll have something fun tomorrow, okay? But we'll be back for sure, one way or another. Thank you guys for being here. You guys rock. We'll see you back here tomorrow on Friday. Have a blessed day. And may all of you always blessed be.